much. It works. Double check the date. I don't know what day it is. Hello, Syria. Yeah, it's plenty of time. And I actually remembered, albeit just before the stream, but I left a reminder of a pair of scissors on my desk, and instead of putting it away, I kept moving it, and it got really annoying until eventually I'm like, just screw it. So I did clean up the video, so now instead of sitting at max memory when I open, I'm at only part 4, and I'm at 2000. So I still have the original all-in-one save file, but this is just the end part, and I had to break it where there was going to be no splits. There's actually one part, the one part before this is only 12 seconds long, but that was because I have a lot of work to do there, so I wanted to leave it open. Yes. No, I tried to plan for future self, so I was like, okay, well, I need to do this later, so I'm going to put this here so it annoys me later that it's there. And it worked, so I got that cleaned up. So yeah, this work runs way better now, which is good. So, check. I almost put Tuesday stream because it doesn't feel like Friday. So, I think actually the audio is synced with this, right? Yeah. Okay. I didn't even check that part because that would be actually bad. Alright, so I know people are going to still be showing up for a while, but if there is... All my bookmarks are broken now, aren't they? Yep, I didn't drag those with. Oh well. I'll do that now. Not like that. No, but if there is any questions, I know, Surya, you said there's something you had on mind, couldn't think of or remember what it was. Let me know, and because the point of the stream is to help people out, so I will answer any questions you guys have, show anything that you need, as long as I'm able, and blah 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 blah. So I'm setting these up because there's a lot of fade regions here, so I need to know where these, where the points are for when a shot begins and ends. Okay. And these two are fade ones, fade left, fade right. So those I don't have to mark. These are all fade too, but I'm gonna be. I need something to separate them at least by the time. Actually, you know what? I forgot that I did a mostly full render of this. Not much is new. Just doing the same stuff. Come on, Premiere. It's gonna make me make a new oh, it's a Premiere. Why am I doing Premiere? That's why I want Premiere 2017. After Effects 2017. No, because I had this rendered, so there's some things that I wanted to check to ensure they're working right. For one, I figured out that the door here, this new particle we added, looks okay here, but as I thought, the particles don't, when using certain elements, don't render the same, and so this thing looks like absolute crap. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to fix it. It was moving way too fast and like just shooting out. We don't want that. Did I put it in the folder? It's 3.1. Where's it going? Full test 02. There we go. forgot. What am I rendering this in? So that defaults to 30, I think, so we're good. Yep. Oh, come on. The video took for a second. The audio's not. Yeah. Well, if you're halfway done with Australia, the first book, do know that there is 7 more after that, and there are 4 that aren't even done being written yet. So, okay, wait, what are you doing? It was just an audio file. Get out of there. Whatever. Yeah, it's a long story. The first one, in the first book, if you're halfway through, if you're halfway through, then you probably don't know who that is. I didn't like that rainbow either. I might get rid of it, or at least dumb it down, or at least look at how I'm actually supposed to do it. You don't know who they are, or them, or anything in this shot is at half point. That's all the stuff beforehand. Really? Okay. Close the program. I give up on you. Let's just try again. So is this audio file messed up? Audio file must be messed up. That's weird. Never had that happen. Literally, that's not a biggie. As long as the video loads. Cat. Yeah, they just get better and better. I haven't had a... There's been a couple parts in the story where it slows down, but any story should slow down to some degree. I felt that story always found a way to pick it back up, so... Kidding. Hey, no, you're not gonna jump up there again. No. It was gonna jump off my computer. That's new. This is laying on my computer. Everybody loves to kick our foot. Is that better? Usually I have to keep it set up so that Kyle, if he's sitting there, it's tall enough for him. Alright, I'm not sure where the audio cue is for this. Actually, it might be just as it is. Oh yeah, I should probably turn that down. Wow, this actually was exactly what I need. This is weird though. I had to see if this actually will work. Normally when this pre-render is, it will slow the audio down when it catches up. So I don't know if it, I don't think it will actually. So I haven't actually checked this yet to see what's working. There's going to be some eye glitches, so that's fine. But like here, figuring out what's causing that to flicker. Hold on. Let me put this to full. It's going to be a bad quality because it's the only way to ensure that it's going to render fast enough. These aren't done yet. So. Oh yeah, I forgot Taco was still set up. Doesn't matter. Time these up a little bit. Time these off a little bit on the other ones, but that's I do this. Don't wanna hesitate, I wanna be braver. So no matter what may come, timing is off on a little bit on some parts. Boy, I really like how the rainbow parts show up there. I'll turn off the rainbow parts. Yeah, and then it crashed after that point, so I don't have any more. Alright, so now that's all pre-rendered. I really like the way that this part, these parts build in. Yeah, this part actually turned out really good. I'm almost thinking about modifying the camera here to move a little bit quicker, because I feel like, or at least have this come from further away. That might do it. These ones, I think if I turn up the contrast in it, it should look fine. Maybe add some fog down here to brighten up the ground. This camera here, I felt, well, this transition didn't go as well as I thought, because her hair is on the right here, and then it goes to the left here. So I need to fix that. Sometimes I just don't notice this stuff pre-render. Bye, kitty. But this camera, I felt, didn't have the. I think I needed to take longer for going here and then zoom here more. But the actual otherwise it's not looking too bad. Getting there. No, well, that's I can't remember the actual reference for him. And then he's get back again here. Actually, I want to check this out. Okay, so this is low quality, so it's that actually turned out pretty good though. I think I just need to really mess the camera a bit more. Okay, like the transition from here, from this part to the next part. I think I need to mess with the camera a bit more at the beginning of. So at the beginning of this part, I think I'll put the music back on. Having it go like even then I'm gonna move it this way. Oops, I think that's the wrong direction. Oh, nope, I don't even think that'll work. Well, actually, I wonder. Oh, that's still too quick. I wonder if I have that stretched out. I'm just messing with things right now. Because I think right now it just scales down. I think I actually want to pull out of a zoom. So maybe just do it as this. Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. The camera's a little unsteady when it gets to the end here, but I can blend that. Well, I wonder if it would almost be better to have it be, because right now she turns from her side. If she was completely looking up at, that almost could work better if I had the moon centered. So like, I had it go, even this would have to be blended a little bit. If I had the moon centered instead, so by this point, instead it would be like this. And then instead of turning to her, I could have it be where she just does a 180, and then I can actually have the light from the moon transition into the door thing. That'd take a lot of rework, though. I think I might think about it, but in general, the stuff that I need to do right now is not going to have an effect on that, so I can just keep going with it. Let me show you something. I don't know, it's weird to have cat. Like, I have a big open spot over there. Originally I used to have my little dog meat plush down there, but the cat kept jumping on my top of my case, and since it has fans on top, I didn't want it pulling cat dander down, so Katie didn't go there, but so I put dog meat up there, but then he just jumps and stands around dog meat. It's usually when he just wants to be in trouble for attention. Okay. Well, anyways, I don't care about that. So, I'm actually going to go back to finishing, or redoing the main and wings and everything like I was doing last time and before it crashed. But I should have a lot less issues with crashing, considering that, I mean, I might have an issue with that next shot. I'm not sure if the memory, having more memory might delay it a little bit more, but we'll see. Okay, so I need to do the wings first. I'm sure everything's the same still. It is. Okay, so when she goes to turn, need the wings to be down, so I'm just going to grab this area. I'm just going to grab the whole wing and see, fuck it. So,
I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna stay here for a while. Need to catch my breath here. What do we do now?
oh no, this just looks the same. I'm going to adjust my UI here a little bit. I don't have access to the YouTube controls.
Look at the empty stairs of one's mighty man, fallen fragile, so sure.
Is there a button to go to the beginning of a shot? That'd actually be useful.
How can we trust
My viewport. I don't even know. Time strip. That'd actually be a super useful button. It'd probably be like jump. Select all clips. No. Spinal tracks. Collapse track. Useful. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't have a button. And if it doesn't have a button, I want to give it a button. Like frame selection. F. Is this, yeah. Oh, that just puts the full frame in the window. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty useful. I don't really use it that much. I'd almost remap it to something else at the beginning of a shot. I haven't even read up the stuff, Brad. So, I have no idea. I don't think they have a button for it. I do need to play around with these more because I really know that there's a lot of interesting key functions you can give. It's just knowing what they do. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything, which really surprises me. I see. Nope, I thought maybe a page up and page down would be beginning and end. Please gap. So I toggle? No. No, no. Wait, you? Zoom out. Oh, that's probably... No, not like that. I don't know. I don't know what U does. That really bugs me. Oh well. If anybody figures out what the button that might be... Oh, wait. Jump to the next second. Jump to the next frame. Okay. Jump to previous frame. Next clip. Jump to sequence top. That's probably not going to be... Oh yeah, okay, so it's just gonna jump into the beginning of the everything. I need jump to clip top. There it is right there. Ah, it's up. Up. Ha! Okay, yeah, that's pretty damn useful. Okay. I knew it had to be there. What does left and right do then? Jump to previous frame, next frame. Okay, so that makes sense. So it's already used that, and I think control jumps, yeah. So, okay, cool. Useful button. So you can do up F. Yep, up F would put you at the beginning of the frame and fully adjust it to the viewport. Awesome. Okay. Now, why was I doing that again? Oh yeah, for previewing. So now I can go like this. Okay. Because I hate using the mouse for repetitive actions to keep clicking, so... Okay, I think that might work. I'm just gonna move it a little bit more. I gotta unlock these. Okay, well, it's gonna have to just go with how it is. If that timing works, we'll do the other wing now. So... I feel like these need to be further forward, though. Even more? That'll work. What do you mean by make it glow? Like an energy type glow, or to just keep it lit, or to make it shiny? Yeah, I can do that. Hold on a sec. Let me just add this same motion to the other wing. Actually, you know what? Oh no, I kind of do need to add the motion to that one because it does add something. Okay. Okay, so you ought to make a sword glow like that. If you're looking to make it glow just like that, you're probably going to need to use particle effects. Because like the thing that's unique about the way that this is being lit is, for one, it's only lighting the blade, which means that the particle that or the texture that you're utilizing has to have the blade separate from the rest of it. A lot do, because they want to have a different sheen to it. But the other thing about this is that it fades off at the top and it's nice and sharp at these edges, kind of like the energy is coming out from the end. A normal glow is going to give an even glow around all surfaces, so it's not going to give that fade off at the end. So particle effects would probably do it better, but the actual making of the metal shiny and glow, again, to make it look just like this actually is doable. We'll putz. Let's putz. I'm good at putzing. So I can't remember what sword. Let's go over about sword. I was using in the other shot. I don't have that one on the save file anymore. But I know it's from the workshop. And I think a lot of these would... Nah, I think the blade is going to be included in its main texture. So I don't think those are going to work. But I know that one that was from the workshop was pretty good for that. Oops. So we'll see if that can load up. There it is. Though I think that's not... No, it would have loaded it by now. Okay, so something is weird on this one. Ah, just the... I'll wait for it. Alright. Let's see, that's really cool how you can make the metal glow. Okay, so here's sword. Oh yeah. Alright. Now I want to take a look at these textures. There are going to be a couple split because of how the other models were. 3. Sword, sword glow. Which is going to be like, oh, that's a super, it's not even glowing. I know I modified the textures a bit, but I don't know if I modified it in general. So we'll put it over here, and we just get a light to shine at it. Sorry, Rainbow. Okay. Sword. Alright, so we want to make it glow. As of right now, it looks like the entire thing is one piece, which makes this a bit more difficult. But it should still be doable. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of learning myself here, because this is something I've actually wanted to try to figure out, but I never actually got around to it. So, and these are not etched in letters either. Those are all bump maps, because bump maps are amazing. But you can make some pretty good looking things like that. So we're gonna grab the texture for this, which is located at this is in a workshop. Okay. So sword is looking at Sword of the Ancient, okay. D, and then the belt map is N. So I'm probably, yeah, D is the non-glow. Alright, so we're gonna export this. Because I haven't really played around with it before, but you can do, you can create a mask for a glow effect. So I'm going to play with that. So this is the sword, and it's pretty obvious to see where the blade is. So that's the only part that I'm going to care about right now. So everything else I am going to essentially blacken out. So that's going to be... See from here? Oh, not quite. Actually, it's probably easier from here. These textures are really close to each other. Actually cutting into the blade a little bit there. Okay, so what is this doing? It's adding, so I subtract a little bit. Should be doing it with this. Okay. So this is going to be black. I don't want anything with that. We're going to say that the center of the swords are what give the glow. So we're going to It's going to go all the way around the edges because we're going for that. It's going to be really hard to get, I think, that exact glow, but we will see what we can do. So make another layer. I have this selected. There we go. Okay. And we will select the middle of it. Actually, I have a new layer, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we want to have one end be white, the other end be invisible, and we want to have it be in the middle here, and then have another one over here that is 100% transparent. Look at this backwards. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that's good enough. So right about there, maybe? Sure, we'll just give that a shot. I wish it was a little bit more fatter towards the edges. Well, let's just do this as a test of concept first. So we're going to then put this over it because I don't want it covering the other areas, and I don't want to actually see the other stuff. So we're going to make another layer, paint bucket black. Okay, so that should be enough of a mask. So we'll do save as. Again, if you don't know what I'm doing, I 100% don't know either. We'll call this glow mask, and this is a sword. I don't know if I can have Fong on at the same time, but we will see. So we're going to add a couple things here. So we're going to do self-illum. So we're adding self-illumination, and then I think it's self-illum mask. Self-illum mask. Is that 2 M's? Yes. And now we're going to grab our texture location. So we just did D, but then we did underscore glow mask. Okay. And I need to save that as a VMT. I think that work. This isn't going to set up a color or anything, but we'll see whether or not it works, because I know self-illumination is a little bit picky on some models. Lots of stuff to reload. When you have textures within text files like that, sometimes doing individual reload doesn't grab the right ones. So I usually just do a full reload. Okay, I got a sheen out of it. So let's see if we shut this light off. Okay, I think it's working actually. So, so this blade is set up now where if I move it over here into the dark, so there's no lights over here. The blade itself is still lit because that is what the texture is telling it to glow as. So I'm going to, and actually that turned out way better than I thought. So we're going to I'm under the non-glowy one, right? Yeah. Now I want to play with the tint. You can't turn on self-illumine within this with overrides, but you can play with the tint. Okay, so now it's black, and this is back to normal. Bam. But I want it to glow blue. So we're looking for kind of like a bluish, lightish bluish. So we're going to go with, this might be a little bright, but we're going to do 10, 12, 20. Let's go a little bluer. Yeah. You can actually see then, you can actually go, well, doesn't like really that great when you get down here, but, or that close, but, so it's actually lighting the actual model, but the glow does cause a nice little, whatever, and if you want like super bright, you could create kind of a glowing blade kind of look too, but you gotta be careful because you get crap like that, so. Yeah, I guess that's, I mean, that's not quite the same, especially since this was a little bit, this had a little bit more green sheen to it. Come back. Too much green. There you go. It's a little more blue. It's going for the middle because we want to do something similar to this. And this, if I wanted to, I could go a similar aspect where, like here, you can see these lines in here that aren't lit. That's doable too. What it's doing is, if you look at the actual texture, which is this one, this is what the actual texture looks like. So here we have everything that on the entire sword, included, but this is the blade. That's the only part I want to have lit. So what I did was, you can set up a mask, and a mask is something that, like, it's something that goes on top of, it tells what parts to be visible and what parts not to. Well, it's not just a mask for visibility, it's a mask for the lighting. So it's like a mask to say where to glow and where not to glow. So in general, black is don't show or don't glow, and white is glow or show something. So what I did was I set up this. So this is a white white that goes over it, and so this is telling it that this area want to glow, and anything that's black not to glow, and anything in between to do kind of a half glow, so like it's a gradient for the light. So I just did that. I blocked off all the other light for the areas that I didn't want to have any glow on, which is what this is, so it's just for the blades. And then I blocked off the blades because I just want to have this as a mask, not have actual textures. So then that's why, like you can see here with the where the blades are, it glows more from the middle, because that's where the mask is telling it to go. And while it's white and this is blue, I'm coloring it that way, but the mask isn't for determining a color, white or black. It's for just determining visibility. So think of white as visible and black as not visible, not an actual color. So it's the same thing, like if I were to go to here, it like the alpha channel technically for this is white because everything is visible. But if I were to like make something black in here and then went back to this, you would notice that there is certain parts that are now no longer visible because the black parts are hiding it. So yeah, that's why it's going from the middle. And you can do that with anything, just about. Some stuff is really, really picky with self-illumination. So, but now actually when I read the wording here, it says Source 2007 must use this. Now that I know that, it might actually be that I can't utilize self-illuminations on models that you are within that range because I must have a mask added. So I never even knew that. So that's actually good to know. So, I'm not sure what this mask scale is for. But then, yeah, you can't add self-illumination within an override, so that's why I did it to the texture itself, and then I went the override and added tint, which then allows me the red, green, blue modification. And I know I haven't really played with Fresnel ranges or any of those, but yeah. So, glowing sword. But then if you wanted to add a particle effect to it too, you could. If you're going to lock it to the model itself, the problem with that is it's going to, again, be the whole model. But what you could do is... No, it's actually still... Because it has the sheath, and if you might... if you get... I think the sheath is a separate model. You could almost load that in and use that in place of the sword, like hide it but attach it to it. I think that might work the best because then it would actually be the shape around where the blade is. But yeah, I have wanted to play around with the masking thing because I haven't really done that before to make it work. And actually, if you want to see something really cool, let's animate the texture. That's actually pretty easy. I just need to get the wording for it. All right, so there's this little feature right here, proxies. We're gonna add that to our sword. So the proxies allow for a little bit of extra oomph, I guess. So we're gonna tab this so that you can kind of see a little bit more as to how things are done. So I'm not sure what proxies means for stuff, whatever, but sine is the function sine, so for like a wave function. So you're saying to take a wave function, take whatever the result of the wave function is, and you're going to be attaching it to the self-illumination tint, and it's saying what do you want to have the minimum be, the maximum, and then the period, or how often do you want it to go up and down. So by having it 1 to 2, I think that means that it's going to be a multiplication factor, so it's either the original or twice as bright, and the sine period is, I don't know if that's 2.5 seconds, I'm guessing. So if we put that on this, and then reload our textures again, you get some cool effect. And this is stuff it's like knowing how to do. I haven't had, even though I've known how to do like the sign thing for like 2 years, I've never found a use for it. Mainly because you don't have control of it. It's great for ambient background stuff, but it's not. You can't time it. Just because the light hits at one point when playing through one time doesn't mean it's going to hit at the same point next time. It's kind of you don't have control of it. But here, yep. So I don't know if I am able to use the override with the tint when I do this though. So I'm going to take this value, I'm going to delete the override, I'm going to just add it myself. It's still not going to let me. Do I have to? Because I know you can. Where's my crystal? Did I? No, it's still here. No, they were still able to set the color. maybe I'll try a different one here. Maybe one of the huge ones. No, still 111. Let me see what the... I learned mainly how to do this through these. See, the texture itself is blue, so that might be why. And I think its mask was built in. Now, actually, this one didn't have a mask. That's weird. I forgot how they did that with that part. But anyways, so I guess I can't do the tint. I'm pretty sure you can. But I'm just gonna up these values so you can kind of see what I mean here. So I'm gonna put it to like 50, because it's really hard to see. That's better. So see, now you can actually see it's actually pulsing glow. But this is set to 2.5 seconds, which is really slow. Let's speed that up. So yeah. And so that is light that is being created without... And actually you can tell, like, I'm not actually hitting play right now. If I'm... Like, right now time is stopped, but if anytime I move the camera, it technically lets everything kind of run. So when I'm holding the camera here now, you can see that it's actually glowing even though the time's not going forward. And the cool thing about it is because the middle is brighter than the outside, when it gets brighter, it looks like it actually comes from the center point and then expands out. And you could put this to 0 so that it comes from a lack of any light. Whether or not, yeah, so that now it actually will go down to its 0 brightness. Now, I don't know all the proxies and how all those work. Most of the stuff I've learned with that is just by observing how other people do things and seeing how it works in here. Like, I learned how to make trees do vertex animation automated through VMTs to make them blow in the wind. It's just that they look, when they render, it doesn't run right. It looks great in preview. Like, it actually looks like trees blowing really beautifully. But as soon as you put it in a render, it blows it up, and it, instead of moving nice and smooth, it just does A to B jerkiness, and I have no idea why SFM does that. So whatever, I'll let it do its thing. So God, it sucks I can't do the coloration though. I don't know if I can separate it. Let's see if I can do a quick search on here for VMT proxies. See if somebody did a write up. Trio proxies. Kind of. Okay, so here's the sign period, min max, okay. What does this do? Materials can declare all variables for internal use. Oh, okay. So you can set your own variable. See, these get super into it. Can you load? Oh, I thought that said P. I thought it was could load Python script. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. Let's list of material proxies. Ah, sweet. Look at all these. So you can actually take divide things, absolute values, clamp, far cleared, less or equal, so first not 0, exponential. The only thing that's like weird with that is you can't really, because a lot of these run at a random time, it's hard to I don't know how they do it without, well, I guess these are the number generations. These are just calculation. Gaussian noise. Yeah, let's try this. I want to see this. So minval. Okay. Result bar. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work. We'll do some testing. So I need a mean, and this is going to be the value I want it to center around. So we'll say 5, and then we're going to want its min value. So min val is going to be, we'll say, let's put this one at 8, this one at 3, and then we'll put max val. We'll put this at, it says 5 below, so do 5 above. That's 13. Oh, there we go. Oh, I hit the wrong button with this. There we go. And half width. It isn't from the average, which is only 30% likely to occur. Okay, so that it will do a. So that's the distance from the average. So we'll say 3. I'm thinking that this is going to be a random thing. So that's why I want to see how this works. So let's see what that does. It's when a game, it only works in a game, but when it's the VMT itself, and actually I might be able to find an example for that. Not example, but at least show you what I mean by what it looks like. Because I originally was trying to use it. You can use it for trees to make swaying animations, but I was also trying to make it so that I could simulate very smooth slow motion for Luna's mane and Celestia's mane, and it actually worked. But as soon as I rendered it, it looked like shit. So it didn't turn out very well. Let's see if I can find Luna. Can't remember which one I did the modifications to, though. I don't think it was that one, because normally I don't get rid of stuff if I'm playing with it. I keep it there. There was another one that was done. How many Lunas do I have? That's not Luna, that's Crystal. Lunar, Luna armor. No. Those are fairly old. Maybe I did. Oh well. It was like 5 or 6 properties you had to add to something, but it would utilize. It only could work on a map that had a wind element added, which it means that the map itself had to have it built in, and the map would determine the minimum, maximum, and any gusts of wind that you wanted to have done. So if you wanted to have a main swing, you had to actually build the map to work with the direction of the main swaying the way that you wanted it to work. Actually, I think I have a GIF of it actually, but I had to record it from my screen because it didn't work otherwise. Yeah, here. So this is what it actually did for the main. So it worked better than if you compared to trying to animate yourself, because it was actually vertex animated. But it just didn't work on render. Imagine the same thing, but remove about 10 times as much frames, and so it just kind of like slide to one position, then stop, and then jerk to another one, then jerk to another one, and it didn't really work very well. So, yeah. This is why I don't get things done, because I figure out, I'm like, can I do this? Can I do this? And I spend all my time not getting anything done. Well, I mean, but during streams I don't mind because I'm showing other people, but I spend all my time on the free time doing that too. Alright, so yeah, we gotta see if this works. That actually creates a flicker. That's kind of cool. See, like, you could take that effect and add it to a light that's on a ceiling, and instead, let's say the mean we'll put at 15, put the min value at, let's say 10, and actually do 12 and 25 with a half width of 2. 1.5. They said that was floats, right? Oh, it's not going to tell me float or not. I'm going to assume float. So this should allow it that most of it will stay within whatever, but every now and then it'll have a flicker of brighter. Yeah. So you could have that set as a light or something, to have it flickering, a flickering light of some sort. And even that, I probably would drop like the minimum to like 13, closer to the mean, and or something. So, or have it be that. I wouldn't say it's a pulsing effect. A pulsing effect implies like the sine that's very consistent. This is a kind of a scattered pulse. So I wish I could slow that down. That would be what would be very useful. And there might be a way. Current time. Now see, like, that's useful because you could have it be that you could assign a variable, have it current time, go to a variable, and then have that variable used in something else. But that's also saying it's the current time the map's been running. On SFM, that's what the time is down here. So you would have lose control of it right after starting it. Matrix rotate, rotation matrix from the provided axis angle. If it's rotating and it's giving it an XYZ back, now I'm curious. Because I'm guessing it's going to be, if you're talking about rotation, it's going to be 0 to 1. So I want to see if we can put the result into another mean, because this actually could create, I think it'd be hard to control, but random colors. I don't know what angle is going to be. No, I need an axis bar first. Axis of rotation in the formation X, Y, Z. So we'll just we'll say 0, 1, 0. Because then it'll only rotate. Yeah, I'll do. I don't know if it'll let me do all three, so I'll just do that. Degrees of rotation around axis. Let's do 180. And then the result. See, testing is fun because you never know what you're going to come across, and then you can be like, "Oh, that's awesome! Why didn't I think I could do that?" Okay, so I didn't do anything. All right, so there's something I don't know about that one, but that's fine. That one looks like it probably they don't even know what's going on with it. The difference between the player entity the materials applied to and the local player, have no control on that. For the local player view, I don't care about all that. Entity speed, the material entity speed. That would be interesting if you could make something glow fast, if it's moving faster. I just don't know if it's gonna. I don't know how to calculate that because that's usually involving physics and it's not running physics. Player damage, entity random, static number associated with the entity. But oh, here we go. So this is how I did the. This is how you can do the manipulation in terms of the. You can animate the VMT based on a vertex. you can like texture scroll, and actually this might not, actually that might not be, but it's probably in here. God, there's a lot of these. I should barbecue level. Whatever. I should probably look through these more and play with them. Toggle texture. And a lot of these require, like, see, this is like requires the map's water LED control. If the map doesn't have one, you probably can't do this. So like the void that I'm using right now wouldn't have value for that. Or if I tried to do a lot of the stuff that utilizes wind, it probably wouldn't work either. But anyways, yeah, a lot of them are for games. It's for a system that has a consistent running clock, and that's why this down here, it has a consistent clock. It is constantly ticking, but I don't have any way to control that. But I mean, I could utilize that though, like if you were to open it up and start a render, but you never know if it's going to be exactly what you need. But the reason that some of this can be useful though is that, and you might be able to set up a trigger for it. I'm not sure. But if you're able to set up a trigger, it's really hard to make a texture continuously get brighter and brighter and brighter without using a light. This kind of would let you. The only other way to do it that I know of is to start dim, render it once, start it bright, render it render it again, and then increase the bright, or like fade across so that it adds brightness to it. But that doesn't always work the greatest. So having an actual method to do that otherwise would be great. But yeah. Nonetheless, if I'll put this up again, so if you wanted to see the pulse part, so yeah, that's what this would be. So it's just east, and I learned it from using by the crystals. I'll put them there that were on the workshop. I saw how they did it, but I really think that there's got to be a way to utilize a matrices on this so that you could actually have a color that pulsed. And I swore that they were able to do it on the other thing, but it's just being stupid. Whatever. So yeah, there's that. That was way off on its own tangent, but still, there you go. Pulsing. So yeah, so in the end, Surya, I hope that helped you for what you're looking for. I'm trying to think if there's anything I have that could actually utilize, not really a pulse, but like a mask glow. I'm not sure. But I should probably undo this because I don't want to have my sword glowy glow. I'm going to keep these values on there though, because that actually could be useful in the future. Okay, what are we doing? Oh yeah. It's just also BAM! Light. Okay. Like I said, you're probably gonna have to use particles for a lot of the other stuff. Was that the question you had yesterday? Okay, backlag from here to here. Lands. Lift. the other direction. This way. This way. Can't even really see it. Matters to me. Alright, cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would find benefit in any of that stuff. Maybe you could actually utilize the masking thing too to make it so that a cutie mark was able to glow on a pony, but not of any of the rest of them. If you want, I can show you how to do that then too, because that would actually be pretty easy, and actually could create. Actually, you know what? I'm curious. If you did that, because sometimes, to me, the cutie mark is a very important part of them, and it make it so that maybe don't want it to glow, but you want it to be a focus. So I'm actually kind of curious, because some of these shots, it actually would be a good idea too, I think. So we're gonna get some Rainbow Dash. Okay. Gosh, she's got so much stuff I already pulled out. Alright, so I need her body texture. And I think this might be a modified one. No, it's not. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to create a new layer. And I want to create, or I want to separate the cutie mark and only the cutie mark. So, easiest way to probably do that is just to use this tool. Select everything. And I think I selected it pretty good. And we're just going to make sure we get the rest of it. So everything that is blue is selected. So I'm going to make that black. I don't want that to show. And I'm going to deselect. Okay. So now there's just these little holes there. So now I'm going to create a new layer after that. And I'm going to make this one white. And drop that in there. Oop, oh, yep, that was right. So now those cutie marks are glowy. And we could actually put a little bit more detail into that if we wanted. But I'm going to leave it at that right now. If say like the cutie mark had coloration in it, you could like change how it colored. You can't really change how it glows. I think it's you'd only be able to maybe do a single color, but that's fine. So we're just gonna do that. So we're gonna call this body glow mask. Okay. It takes forever to load body textures. I already have one open. Let's use that. Import. Body glow mask. Okay. These are really big, and I really could dumb this file size down a lot, just because there's no detail. It's just a mask, and everything works on proportions. So if I drop this scale way down, it might blur the edges around the cutie mark a little bit more. But beyond that, I wouldn't be taking up 40 megabytes for a texture. Okay. And again, I can't override the texture with the glow mask. With glowing, so I'm just going to do it separate. So we're going to do self So I know I made bodies glow before, so this should work fine. I thought I tried this before, I'd done it before too. Can't remember. The new texture sucks. Alright, there we go. Hey, look at that. You have a glowy butt mark. So then if I put, so you can actually have some illumination on and then have it be to 0 tint, and it's black, meaning that all the tint is invisible. It's effectively just like normal. But if we wanted to have it like blue, or we want to have it like super, super bright. And if I wanted to, like say that I wanted to actually make it glow, so like this, you know, this might not work very well because it's kind of wash it out, but you could effectively take this texture and like we're gonna select this middle area, and I think, yeah, we're gonna do this a little different. So we're gonna, instead of having it as a outline here, I'm gonna do as a new, and then I'm going to fill in just this circle with it. So then this would be black, just to ensure that I'm not. Oh, that only did one mark. Not what I want to do. There we go. Okay. So now they're just the marks there. So I'm going to go and add a outer glow of white to the screen. I'm going to turn down the spread. I'll put it like 10 maybe, and spread it out a little. Everything's going to spread down there. We can do it like this. And so then it still creates an outline, but now it's got a glow to it. We'll try this. Was there a circular? Oh, are you playing in here? Oh, for that? Yeah, probably. What? Well, okay. The texture apparently broke VTF edit. Black and white, come on. Alright, see you later. There we go. Now this should create a little bit of a glow around the mark instead of just being flat on it. You can see it's not perfect because you can see a little bit of the blue got caught out in the edge. I'm not on Vista, I'm on 7. Oh, fuck Vista. So, fuck Vista. Vista, actually, I think, had a big circle down here. There, so this is too bright for what I'm doing now, but so you can have it, like, kind of glow around it. That might have been a little bright. I should have, like, on this, turn the opacity down, like something like this. The one thing I don't like about having all this, I have to import, export, reload. Okay, so apparently it doesn't like me doing that like multiple times. Got an easy one. So I can do this once. I mean, I haven't upgraded to 8 or 10 because SFM actually had issues with them for a while. I don't think it has them anymore, but it's when I'm in a lot of big projects, I don't want to change a lot of my computer's background stuff because I don't want it messing up how it's doing stuff, and I'm always in the middle of something big, so I'll probably never upgrade. And I'm happy with 7, so I change it. At least for now. Alright, this should look better. Yeah, that's a little better. So that'd be like 0. Let's just add a little bit. Yeah. Glowy mark. So you can't even really tell here. But if I were to like go too bright, they'd be like, ah, bam. But then you could do this too. Could go in here and say do proxies. I'm going out memory here. Sign. So var. I want to see if I can get this right. That's probably why it was the texture color wasn't copying anymore, because it was overriding the tint. And I don't know if I need the number sign there or not. I'll put it there and then I'll see what I got. I'll do 0.5. Yeah. And then wait, that's sign min I wanted. And then we'll do this as 4. This will be min with a period of, we'll do 1. I can't remember now if did have, oh, none of these had it. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Because now we can do the QD mark map It's like when they get there, they have a mission. So actually, that would probably be better to do like to 0 and have it go a little longer. Neat. Apparently I can't put it that low. It probably does a minimum 1 or something. Not sure. I thought it would be like all over the place. Whatever. It does it on both sides too. Are they blinking at different rates? Because I feel like this one's glowing first. It feels like the other one. I don't know, that's weird. But just neat things to do. I tried playing around with stuff like this to see if I could get the eyes to glow in a way, but self-illumination doesn't work on eyes, which sucks, because the iris is separate. You have to do it to the entire texture, but the eyeball itself is technically the white portion of the eye, and the iris is just a portion of that. And so you can't actually modify the self-illumination of the eyeball that I know of. If there's a way, I do not know. Alright, back to things. We were making cutie marks go.
Okay. Looks like you made a sword glow? Or is that just a picture?
There's a picture. We were working on that earlier.
What up, peoples? Have you started on all of your scenes already?
No.
Or no?
No, I'm trying to get some of these completed. I narrowed it down so these are less. I'd like 20 to 25 second shots instead.
Mm.
So my memory doesn't crash me. I haven't actually crashed yet, which is new.
Today or?
Yeah.
Woo woo!
But having a file size that's 1/5 as much.
Meow meow. I guess that's a new way of saying hi.
I don't want the legs. I just want the legs. There we go.
Oh, Michael's actually with the stream this early, huh?
It's on Tuesday.
I thought Fridays were too.
I don't think they were near as bad.
Yoshi. Was this still that scene from last time when you were working on, but it like you were trying to move it, but the hair wouldn't move? I can't remember exactly how it worked.
I have hours to remember, and I don't remember it. That's specific.
Somehow you pushed it forward in time, but none of the jiggles worked.
Don't remember.
It's fine. Open doors. Oh, I hope your grandmother's okay, Michael. wants muffins. Or is it? Oh, muffins for the grandmother. Okay. Well, maybe Rainbow Dash wants muffins too.
No. That's Derpy's thing.
You got her $40 in Domino's gift cards. That's a lot of money in Domino's.
Don't think that was quite the direction I wanted. No.
No, you have to get their chocolate lava cake. Still good. She sees you.
Okay, so do the tail so I can get the juggle bonus done. Separating some of these motions because I want to have it actually turn. Work. And then when it gets to the end here, around it a bit, but it needs to continue going for a little bit. I'm going completely to the top, so I'm looking straight down, grabbing the blue one, so then it's completely just sideways motion. Okay, and then have this drift off a bit the other direction. Okay, and I did that sideways because I want to have it be like this, where I can separate the rotation. I didn't do that the last time, but you kind of get to the point where it's too annoying to fix it. That makes the tail 2 and stuff a lot easier to work with. I'm saving like every couple minutes now. It was hard enough having to redo this once, but I don't want to have to redo it twice. I don't think she had any overrides otherwise. Let's keep it on. No, just the cutie mark. Alright, my shoulder's a little stiff. So when it's going back this way, tail 2 would be shifting this way. And then when it's going this way, it would be pushing this way. Yeah, until they lock the jiggles, you're gonna get butt wobble every time because it's resetting. If I kind of wobble a little right here, I can get it to settle down. There, now it'll play fine. Otherwise, you go bam and it's got wobbles. Okay, now do tail 3. And there's gonna be more to this once I add it, once I get to the other parts. Here I gotta be careful because I gotta worry about hitting the leg. Actually, that'll be the jiggles to worry about. I don't have to touch that now. Worried about the detail in this part just because it's going to be so hard to see it from that far back. American Baker jiggles. Okay. So now, first off, I'm gonna take her butt and her cheeks, and I'm gonna give them a hit of clearing up motion. So now we will no longer get butt jiggles. Yeah, settle down, butt. Get a little rowdy. I should have her head go up a little bit here. Nah. It kind of makes sense from this angle. But I don't know if I quite like that position. I kind of like it a little lower. Okay, the ears are just busted all over. Okay, yeah, like this. I'm just gonna do it myself. The left ear, I don't think it's as bad. So the left ear actually wobbles pretty good. But still, I don't need it to wobble. It probably can just go with in as well. No point in wasting hard drive space on motion is not needed. This down more. Just before the end, have it pull pull in a bit more. I think with the jiggles on the tail, I think I'm actually good on... Oh, no. Some of them are broken. I should fix those at least. So no, not really. These I'm going to smooth though. I thought this top one was broken right there, but nope, it's just it being its normal self. Not the best of bone. Bonus commander outfit? I don't know. That's gonna be model specific. And if it's something broken on the model, and the model's owner should, or a creator should be the one be looking into it to fix it. For the angle, I can get away with this. I'm gonna just dumb that motion down a little bit. A little more oomph to the tail here. That looks pretty good. Is there anything? Oh yeah, the mane. The mane has two main bones, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'll just work with my one at first. So from here across, This bone has to be pulled more. Feels like there's just a slowdown right here. Not even then. Too much on the follow through then. I think what you do is have these. That extra bit. Actually, I wonder if I should add some kind of a. Should I add a wind effect? It'd be easy, especially for the one I'm on. No, that's just random motion. Maybe not. Actually, there's no motion to there is some motion. I think if the light's on, it doesn't even matter. Oh, she's not in focus, so it wouldn't really matter. It'd probably make her stand out too much. I really wish I could get the eyes wider, though. Sorry, I'm distracting myself from my other shots, but... And I swear I've tried this, and it just bugs me. Oh, that was what it was. It was brow. That was it. Unless I want to go rah. Even then, it doesn't make her look right. At least makes it able to blink. Hello, Mario. Hey, Warhorse. Best sneer you can do with the dragon. I wish this one were rendered because I wanted to see how the final of that looked. Anyways, alright, back to this. Alright, so I think I tried like glowy texture or sunbeam, light beam kind of things. It just didn't look right, or I couldn't get them positioned right. Back the whole back, yeah. You know what? That doesn't look too bad either. Oh, that was the problem. Because of the size of the door, you can tell that it's not actually shining from the door. I could keep it like this, put it to the door. I feel like there's too much empty. I need something. See, that actually works. Let's see if we can copy this. Let's see if we can copy it without it making it look like it's the exact same thing. And also, so it doesn't do that. That's probably a specific light that's hitting it. I just guessed it right the first time. Wow. Alright, right door. There's the right door on, right? Yes. Where's that one? Well, it's just under the ground, I think. That's why I couldn't see anything. There we go. But that's right door. Left main door. Okay, so it's just for hitting Rainbow Dash. Alright, that makes that easier, so I can get rid of that light here really easy. Thought I could. Okay, can't do it that way. I'll do it the second way. Well, it's in the story, and it's not really a spoiler, I guess, because without telling you who it's inside, but there's a couple times, and that's not just book one, throughout the whole entire series, that she runs across these structures under the ground that only open to her, and so I'm implying bright light because you're underground, so any sort of light when opening the door. It's probably actually supposed to be dark in there, if I remember right. That only lights up when she's there, but that doesn't really create anything awesome looking. It's the same thing like in some of the Fallout pictures when they have a silhouette of Pip with the bright light coming through the vault doors. Well, that makes no sense. There'd never be that much light out there, but it's for cinematic ambiance. Okay, so get rid of that light. The only thing that sucks is that these are getting hit by a blue light, but even then I don't really mind. Okay, now I have to copy this to the other side. This is gonna suck. These never copy right. I had it rotated because they both interact with light differently, depending on how they're turned. Okay, I need to get an actual example of how it's looking here. Angle too high. No, it's high enough. Not the same angle. Let me turn off this light because that's doing the same thing. See, this one's looking much better than this one. I'm thinking that's just because of position of other lights. So I think I'll just go with it as it is. No, the moon was just used as a transitionary thing. The moon plays a big part in this story. That's why I needed to put in there in some point or another. I think these in-between ones need to have a little bit more scale too. Oh, no, not that one. This one? Did I copy one twice? Yeah, I did. I'm just saying this because I should balance out the size. Otherwise it feels like these are even and this one's really long. Okay, so this is gonna transition to the door bit around here. So the light rays get in the way at all? No. If anything, I feel like the ground they're hitting should be lightened in some way. Oh yeah, this I gotta work on too. Why, or what light is hitting them at the edges to create that effect? So this is gonna be cave highlight of some sort. For one, I'm gonna turn off these main door lights so I can figure out what's going on here. That one. Exactly that one. Okay. So I just need to do minimum. Nope, not exactly. So this is shining down. Okay. I can probably do a mix because I'm hitting the top one and then the ground. So I'm going to put on the Uber light. Then I need to increase the maximum cutoff, I'm guessing. Yes. So cutoff, I think I need to go a little further than that. Just make sure we get everything. Do cut on. We're going to change the near edge so that it's not so sharp. Just put it down there, and then we'll drop the minimum to where that makes the bottom ones disappear. But then it just the cut on is in the middle there. The min makes that disappear. I think well that fixes that side, but maybe I can make this side better too. Yeah, I can. So do the same thing here. Looks like I've already tried to do it on this. That is a flat line that Min is following. That's weird. And normally if I see something weird, I save, because something weird is usually not something good. Cut on. Need to put that to 2000. Put this to 300. Actually, this one should be fine. Just bring it down like that. Alright, that got rid of a lot of the harsh edges on some of these. I'm going to keep that light from hitting the background there and see what that does. Okay. Now it blends better. I kind of like the blue. It adds a little bit of spice. I still feel like there's something that needs to be added, but that did help a lot. I'll do this light rays. Because without them, it just was really plain. That helps. What else could be added here? I still feel like I need to add ponies around here, but I feel like they'd be too much of a distraction. Actually, I'm wondering. That's what I was actually gonna do. I was going to try adding more rocks on the outside, because if I don't want to add too many rocks to where, because normally that'll imply like it's coming into like a one crevice with a really tall ceiling, like it looks like a finger canyon, but I don't want that implication. But you never know till you start throwing some shit out there. Alright, here we go. See, we got rocks like this, and I can just mash these all over the wall. I think even got some better ones. Yeah. And these ones are super high detail. No, not that one. I need it to be as straight as possible. I think the first ones I was looking at are going to be the best for that. Oh, that's actually kind of a nice little walkway. It's actually perfectly flat. Yeah, I don't want to go back to the first ones. I'm getting the ice. Alright, so the first one I want to add is right at the beginning. This one right here. So I want the big one. Maybe too big. We'll go with. And then suddenly a rock. Yeah, it might be a bit big, but I can scale down. Spikes would be... Because spikes would imply ceiling. You can't have the spikes on the ground without the spikes up above. They kind of go together. And I'd have to have a ceiling there for it, and I can't with how I have this set up. It looks better than I expected it to. The main thing wrong with it right now is that it is A, doesn't blend with the wall correctly, and B, doesn't have the little bits of rock that to me are going to be needed. So like here I can have it go up that high, but I need something here, like lighting these rocks in some way or another to make them look correct. And like one of the rocks I think is like pure black. No, they all lit. So like if anything here, I would actually drop a lot of the ambient lights and then because I don't need them as much anymore. So like the not the early door ambient. Door ambient large. This one. Because this is trying to light the door, but I don't really need it anymore because now it's getting in the way of the rock. Instead, see here. We'll do this as what actually does it look like with the light rays on too? Okay, it's fine. I was trying to find a good light to use, but I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with any, so we're just going to grab this one. I don't know how many lights I have left for shadows, but apparently I have enough for this. So this is going to be a shadow light. I can make it pretty wide because I don't need detail. I want minimum increased. I don't want door in the way. Okay, yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to disable the shadows on this one. Because the top one's not going to matter so much. And the reason I'm doing the top one is because I don't think I'm going to be able to get around some of the other lighting stuff. Actually, I wonder, without the light rays. Okay, so the light rays they actually create a nice little block between stuff. I'll shut off that ambient then. Okay, it actually looks better without the ambient on now, for sure. I'm gonna keep that off. But now it's just trying to strike a balance between hitting those light rays and not. Like here, I can't really hide myself from them. Just gonna use the cutoff to cut out. I don't want to hit that backlight there. I don't mind lighting up a little bit there. Okay, and I just need a little bit more on top. This one looks better with the shadows, the bottom one, but that does mean I still have one that I have to find a way to get a shadow light somewhere. Okay, what is... Okay, so there is stone up here. I do need more stone wall up there, though. I don't care about having the hole there. No, it's not going to make any light, so it's fine. Okay, I need to figure out how to position to get the most out of the rocks up here. So that's what I want right there. But now what's that going to do to my light rays? Nothing! Awesome. Alright, just drop the intensity a little bit. Let it blend in a little better. Peaches and cream. Alright. Now we got to do the opposite side. Kind of, actually. Oh, wait. I want to expand these onto the ground a little bit. I'm going to shrink this. Get more detail out of it that way. I'm just going to... I don't want to have these rocks just suddenly spiking upwards. That seems weird. I want to have it kind of gradually doing it. And as long as I keep moving these, and again, it's going to be such a quick shot. I'm not worried about some of the details of this because I have a feeling that it's not going to be noticed. It's going to be so quick. But I want to at least have enough ambience to it that it doesn't stand out as being exceptionally plain. Now see here, this is going to be an issue with that light coming down. Actually, it looks okay. Alright, see, now that's looking pretty sweet. I really like how that lighting on that rock turned on. Does that go all the way up? Seeing if I can add something a little closer. But see, now it's not as bright as the other ones because of that distance thing I have going on. So I don't know if it'll work. Oh, I had it. This three-way or two-way. Oh, I see it again. Come on, I want to do it from this angle. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything to work with that. So, alright. Bye-bye, rock. Now let's see if we can cheat this. Kind of can. Get it started. Nah, actually, not. I think I might just build this from scratch. It's gonna look better. I can get it to match the other side. This isn't actually any longer matching the shot that I was trying to replicate, but I like it more, so who cares? And I was trying to replicate shots, but again, when you're trying to make something based on a story, you don't have to follow the story exactly. Some of the stuff doesn't have to make sense or really isn't going to make sense, but whatever, it works for this. What you're doing. Thumbs up. Standout rock. Actually, I think this wall is cutting in a bit more. You know what? Okay. Well, a little bit. Move that out there and voila, fixed. Okay. That's why it feels closer, because I did actually build it closer. But we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so I need to save a shadowed light here. First I gotta find one. So what's a shadowed light I could use? How is that on? The eyes won't. These are both shadowed, but they need to be. So it's 1, 2. Those do, so it's 3, 4. These probably don't need to be anymore. Nope. Okay, so I can turn these off. Okay, if anything, it added to the light rays there, so I'm fine with that. Then this one. This one, I just gotta probably turn in as well. No, I got a better plan. See, I actually kind of like the light they give. It's no, because it's kind of in the middle of everything. I'd rather just get the light from that. Okay, that'll work. Now I have to add a couple more of these, but not. I don't think I have to worry about them being shadowed. So this one's going to be like over here. What's going on here? Okay, so I can't really play with minimum like that. It's like I need to find specific rocks to light and do them, but I can't. It's so close to these beams of light. The best way to figure out where I am is just going to do that. I feel like these rocks down here need some TLC. That one helped a lot there. What also helps is that this side has better ambient light than the other side. So find a way to light this rock here. still love this song. Always will. There's something about the build up to it that's just awesome. Alright, there, that gave that rock a little bit extra life. Now I need to play with these. Cave light, ground light left. Okay, these ones, because these ones are hitting some things but not others because of these beams of light. That could actually work for that. That side actually looks pretty good. I'm just going to take this light and add a little bit more to this one rock. Ah, now I know why it's doing it. It's being cut by the light beam. So I think the only way to fix that is to actually move the light beam. Or just rotate it a little bit. I don't think that's going to solve it. I think the only thing going to solve it is moving the rock. I can't move that enough. There, that mostly solved it. Those rocks seem like everything else is being lit, but they're not. So I don't really need this anymore. Okay, now the ground light right. Now I can actually go more pixelated because I'm not getting the poor edges I was getting before, no matter what I do. I kind of like it with a little bit brighter ambience. Yeah. I just feel like there's some rocks that should have some kind of detail up on the top here, but aren't getting it. Oh yeah, that rainbow thing. Maybe it's because a lot of that works from a centralized point of light, and there really isn't one for this. So it's hard to say where would I have that point be. Okay, I think I see what my problem is. I need another rock here that comes out here. Something with edges. There's never enough rocks. No, I needed more edges, something that I could actually shine the light onto that made sense. So I put this here. Pull that in. That'll work well, I think. Yes. And then how do the light rays look? Fine. Okay, so now I need to take this light and shine it at this new edge I created. Okay, yeah, that did it. Because now it got rid of it's trying to balance off the lighting on both sides. I want to make sure I'm not creating more sharp edges on one side than another for how things are lit. So this is just balancing out this side. And the rainbow thing would actually be difficult too, because I have to almost animate it to a degree, because it's moving backwards at such a fast pace. The camera does go up that far. Is there anything up here? Just that point, and then here I can probably utilize this a bit. That should do it. That'll give me the last little ambient rock up there. I don't know if there is a narration of it. It's for first book, maybe. I think somebody might have. But if you want to link to the story, get it right here. Okay, so the rocks only pop up in the last second, but that's fine. Even then, I've been working in the last frame of the shot where I don't think we're going to have that, or anybody even paying attention to something that late in there. With how everything else is looking now, her shadow actually is a little too dark. Oh, that it causes the shadow for everything. So yeah, I can't really play with that. Are those flying speckles still gonna work the way that they are? Yes. And actually in the story, I think, not the story, in the intro this is based on, the actual particle effects are going up and in very large numbers, but they all have a trail after them. I could do that to a degree here if I repeat the particle effect a lot and then decrease the brightness as it went, and then it's changed their timing. But I think with the motion blur, it would just kind of get all blended in. 2D gets away with it because they don't have the motion blur, and I can get rid of motion blur. It just looks so choppy then. There's a playlist of it. Haha. Depends on how good they are at it. Do they do the whole book? No, they only have through the first 48 chapters, unless they have more. So yeah. Oh, they looks like they're still working on it. Only as of recently getting back to it, but yeah, there's only first 48 chapters, 200 chapters total. So if you really want to read it quick, I thought there was like a quick version. Was it? I'm trying to remember. Somebody had made a story thing where they were like telling, they make every chapter into 5 words or something like that. And actually, the author himself is funny when it comes to chapter names, because the chapter names for all the books are based on the book number. So for book 1, Australia, every one of them is a single word. For book 2, all the chapters are 2 words. For book 3, they're all 3 words. And it keeps going until book 6, I think, where it's 6 words. And then at 7, it's again 6 words, and then they go backwards. So on book 8, then they're all 5 words, and I'm guessing they're going to go back all the way to book 1 or book 12, where it's going to be 1 word again. But some of them are hilarious. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, running out of 5 words. I mean, like, it doesn't even have anything to do with the story. I don't know what else to title it. I think one of them, like, they just slapped a word at the end of it because they just couldn't think of a word to add in there. I can't. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I think their naming conventions are quite funny. Plus, I don't know if they're still linked in the story, but they have an April Fool's every year. We're on April Fool's or on April 1st. This year they didn't because there was no story or chapters out at the time. Yeah, the book is 3.5 million words currently. No, on April 1st of every year, they've been putting out a goofy chapter that starts like it's in the normal sequence of chapters, but then just starts getting really weird, and soon you just go, what? And then they're like, no, April Fools. And but yeah, they're all really, really entertaining. Okay. I think this one could almost just work as it is and call it good. Like with the stone there, I don't know if I'll actually need the particle effect. I think I'm gonna open our mouth more here. I didn't like it at first, but I think with how fast everything goes by, it's gonna be needed. Okay, maybe not that much. Let's see how that looks in actual clear quality instead of like that jittery shrunk quality. It's pretty good. Yeah, the book took me a long time to read, but I still think it's well worth. Well, first book is only 200,000 something words, which isn't that bad, but the current book is almost 1 million on its own. But out of all the books, it's probably my favorite so far. So a lot has happened, but I think it's definitely worth a read. Yeah, it's a lot to read, but you don't. It's in the end, I still think it's worth it. So I don't regret like starting to read it at all. Yeah, I forgot about the light beams. Yeah, now that looks great. Okay, I'm gonna, before I forget, add her element in, because then I can actually call this shot done. I'm glad I went and cleaned up the shots. It's way easier to work with. I just forget how I lock this. Root to root. This, I believe, was to... Let's do chest 2. And this to neck. Dude, read it. I put off reading it for a long time because I was going through a lot of different fics, and when I was laid off, and I was reading. I was finding a lot of interesting stories and stuff, but I really wasn't finding anything that I liked. Long stories, ones that really got you involved. But I don't know, I just couldn't find any that really struck my fancy. I found a couple, but but this is one that I didn't realize how long it was until after I started reading it too. I was kind of against starting stories that weren't finished. But I decided to give this one a shot anyways because people said it was rated really well. And if you've ever read the story End of Ponies, I think it was. I think that's what it was called. No. This one. This one was never finished, but it's by the same author. And it was, I think they stopped writing this to kind of go into writing this other one because it's similar in the way it does some things. I think this one follows Scootaloo. Yeah. And I heard it was really good, but then obviously you come to a point where it's just done, and that sucks. And I almost considered reading this, but then I found the other one. That's why I was like, oh, okay, if I'm not going to read that one, I'll read this one at least. Make sure the element actually is not breaking, and I think it is right here. Kind of. It's not that it's breaking, it just doesn't make any sense with their positioning. But how these are positioned, I'm afraid to move these because it's not locked right. I don't mind if it's clipping into her neck. Even here, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like floating in front of her. Does that work better? And even here, like, technically, her big thing is element, goggles, and her bag, but I don't think I can add the goggles here. Because, well, yeah, I can't add it because she turns around really fast and the goggles would flop, but I don't think that I have the bones to make them do that. Yeah, it's the reason I don't like listening to books is that I feel like when I read a book, I go back and I reread the same words sometimes, or I jump around. I can slow it down to speed up, but when you're listening to a story, you're listening to their pace, and if you get distracted in any way, you can miss something or lose the engagement, or it almost, by listening to it, you're purposely giving yourself an excuse to disengage and do other stuff. Well, I like to be engrossed and become so focused in it that everything else melts away, and so I don't. That's listening to a story. I've been knowing people that do it when they drive and whatever. But if I were to do that, I would crash. Like I would. I focus on this stuff too much. What's it doing here? Oh, goggles. Because I can put it on her head, but then the hair is going to be in the way. I don't want to put it on her face because she's in a tunnel, and if I put it on her neck, the element's going to get in the way. So I'm kind of in a conundrum no matter what I do with them. And I don't have to put these in, but I would like to. I forgot these are stupid. Amazing how big they are too. size? They seem huge. Yeah, they're the right size. Put them on her back. I think they would work. Plus, then it would be like, what she got on her back? She's got like 15s. I can try her head. I just see this one working even less. I swear there's new ones out there that have better bone placement. Just, yeah, just with her hair. And actually, it doesn't look that bad from this angle. What I don't like is that when you get to this side, there is nothing. On her left side, or on this side, because it's all hidden behind her hair. Ooh, I must be looking for this one. That's better. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can position to make it work either. No, not without looking awkward. And this looks more like headphones. Rapid dash. Let me check the audio here. I wonder if I can have her. Yeah, I like that. Let's take the wings then. Haha! I love cheating animation. I just felt like she needed some kind of extra motion. Her hoof slips here. That's the only thing I can think of. Took a guess on that, and actually it was almost what I needed. Okay, and her back right moves a little bit. With that one, I should be able to get away with doing in. Oh, it's not locked. There we go. Yeah, that one I can get away with just locks. Okay. The other thing is her necklace. This I need to make glow a little bit. Doesn't in the story, well, it does sometimes, but I want to make sure that it stands out. Pretty sure I already have self-illumined tint on it. I think it's this one. Actually, I don't think I added that, actually. I think it was... I think I always just did color. Okay, nope, it's not on there. Yes, I did. And I get spammed by letters from the MDA. Actually, they were pretty desperate. Like, I was actually, when I was having financial issues, they called and they're like, we would like to ask if you would like to give a donation. I'm like, I'm kind of in financial issues right now. I'd rather not, I'd rather not be putting money out to donate. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. They're like, would you expect to be financially stable? I'm like, really? That's how much you care? No. I don't give a shit anymore. Oh, you can't donate money now? You can't afford it? Well, when can you afford it? I wish I could tell you that. Actually, I should probably copy everything because I need to get all of Rainbow in here, but I'll just do this for now. So there's the element. Now I need to copy all of Rainbow. You are not in the same position. I need to lock this again. Just in case I do anything. Root. Chest 2. Neck. Wait, no. That's not what I needed. This, I should have just undone it to hold it in place. Okay, is there anything I... Oh, yeah, I do need to add stuff here. She's technically just standing still. And I kind of like the idea of having her be straight and having her do a 180 spin, but it just, I don't think I want to redo everything like that to the extent. Also, this shot, I can essentially say is done. And this one, I can essentially say is kind of done. Look at that. The only thing I'd miss about having everything in one shot is that it made it before where it was easier to see the progress, but now I can't. Not in one go, but I should probably actually focus on these one at a time because this would be a render. So I should try to finish this and then move on to another one. Let's just say that. At least I don't have any problems with these shots anymore. Like, so I can probably like unmute this and Magnifiques. Although that did work, right? I wonder how... No, I don't think that lens flare would work for the moon. I was thinking about doing a very, very minor one, but I don't think it would work. Oh, I should probably do this to her too. I thought something was off there. Her ear was broke. I'm like, why? I copied everything. Well, I copied everything, but I didn't copy your jiggles. There. Oh, her wings actually move correctly. Okay. Should I put some clouds in the sky over here? Probably. Actually, I think I tried and it didn't work out very well. Because they're not, there's no light on them. I'll just make some. I know I have no problem against donating to. I think about it. I think it's a good thing, and I saw a lot of things, or certain things can only get done by that. But I just don't like when when I'm like, I'm sorry, but I really literally can't afford to help you out here. And they're just like, oh, well, that's too bad. But when can you give us money? And it's like, leave me alone. I'm kind of. It's just weird when you don't have it to give, and it's already a situation that's bothering you, and then somebody's like, well, that's too bad, but we still want money. I had it once where, so a lot of the places too, they are told that they can't hang up. The person has to hang up on them. And I had it once where Star Tribune, which is a local newspaper outlet, called my old job when I was working evenings, and I spent 15 minutes on the phone with them because I was bored and I knew they weren't going to hang up. So I was trying to. They are really that they will not hang up. Eventually got to the point where I told them that I can't read, that I'm illiterate, and they're like, "Oh, that's too bad. Do you have any friends that can read?" I'm like, "No, they're all illiterate too. That's why I know them. We're in an illiterate club," and they knew I was bullshitting, but they couldn't hang up, or it was just so bad, and. Not long after that, somebody else from Star Tribune called to try to do a sales call, and I just told them, like, I just did this with you guys for like 15 minutes. I'm not doing it again. Trees hide the fact that I've been grazing the clouds. Oh, they also hide the fact that it's even a cloud. I just needed to add something. Actually, it kind of does look like the same cloud there, so I think I will take this one. Hey, look, different cloud. Like this forest can be done a little bit better. Something about it just feels so. There's like a disconnect between the mountains and here. what is this one lighting? Oh, over there. None of these are providing much for definition. This one especially. This one is just shining a haze into everything. Oh. So this one's just going to go over there. Okay, that makes sense. This one, I need to reconsider how it's being done. Okay. That's a better glow. That looks a bit better. The main thing is I want to portray distance a bit better, but I don't think I have the ability to. Because like here, this mountain is further back than those, but you really can't even see it. So really, where's my mountains here? Okay, so I'm gonna try, but I can't even move those. That includes this mountain too. No, it's over here. I don't care about that. But is that the mountains on the side here? This is, might separate them a bit. You know, you can't even see them, so who gives a shit? Alright, so I want to move this mountain closer. For a reason. Oh, Kyle. If I move that closer, I can take this is the main one, and then that one is just a little extra. Then I can put more mountain back here. Add a further one. I want to tighten that. Oh, it's at an angle. That's why. Like that didn't quite turn out how I wanted it. Click it. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. Probably go about there. Bring it a little tighter. And then bring down the height. Okay. That's 42, that's fine. Two lanes volume is fine. Mountain rim, I think that's the ones I'm looking for here. Yes. Wait, is it? Yeah, they're light in the back mountains there. Barely lighting anything. Ah, because I moved things. I mean, I think too much. Hey, look, Kyle, we have some stuff rendered. I just test renders. We changed that a lot though. Taco. Things I forgot about. This shot turned out really good. I really like how that turned out right there. So happy about that. Ooh. That would make it kind of makes sense having Ramesh there, but that's supposed to be for side people. It's just trying to figure out all the people to put there. That's going to be tough. So yeah, there's got to be 4 scenes. One has Steeljaw guy, Still Teeth. I can't remember the name anymore. Oh, I have it named, I think. But one has Ember and Sam Rose. I just don't know about the other two as to who I want to put in there. I could put in. I was gonna say Marchuana, but that's not until book 8 or 9. White Mane. But there's other people that I think could be in there. I don't know, because a lot of the important people I name aren't until later in the book, and I've already involved a lot of the other people. So I don't know. I think so. Did my mountains? No. I'm gonna check because I might have accidentally saved it. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I finally split it up, and it's nice because I haven't crashed. So, and plus, as soon as I actually open it, it's at 2100 instead of 3100, so it's a lot easier. And I don't want to redo this right now. And Macau, that we ended up doing this shot. Redid this one to make it look better. So by comparison, this is obviously broke. Well, that's broken especially, but is originally, I mean, obviously she's a little broke right there at the end, and the particles aren't working right. But that was modified into these. So then we got rock walls and light beams. So looks better than Broken Dash. Has a lot more detail. But also Dash has more animation. She blinks. It's super important blink. Blink. One thing I do actually have to probably go through, I can probably edit this, is do not matching clip text in multi-section. Multi-section? There's not a multi-section. Whatever. Warning, don't give a shit. Okay, this would be eyebrows. This is a multi-section? Oh, did I have two selected? Aha, I did. That's why. Eyebrows. Get near. So yeah, I gotta figure out who I want to put in these shots. Because right now it's Amber and Sambrose and then Steel Teeth. But I don't know. I don't know who to put in these shots. And she's like, oh. Export image, because it's very important things were done today. Yeah, I'm gonna tweet that when I'm done here. But I mean, I gotta figure out who I want to put in those two shots. I gotta think over the story as to who would work there, because I can't think of too many more iconic named people that would deserve a spot like that. So, but I mean, it's like I was thinking about accent, but I put accent right here, so then that doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I have it on Twitter in a bit, so you'll have it then. So yeah, I'm just gonna save that. I call it 5 minutes early because I have things, not important things to do. We can put that up now. It's pictures. Picture. just this is I. I'm just sneaking up as can drag from there. This is coming from the side. Playable. Wow, it's gets confused going over there, I guess. Hoppity hoppity. Anyways. Alright, so I'm done for today. I'll be back Tuesday. I know, because I know it's just over 2 months till convention. So I know that sometime in July I might start running extra streams depending on my time frame. If I need to get more stuff done and don't have to, or not, whatever, I might run some extras then. Kind of like I did for, I think, chemistry. I ran 2 weeks straight of 5 days a week. Yeah, I don't want to do that again though. That was a little exhausting. Yeah, it's 2 months away. So yeah, it's June, then July, and then August. So yes, and that's why I'm trying to get some of these at least complete enough so that they're renderable. But it takes a lot of time to do that. I almost think it takes more time to do the cleanups, like final stuff, because that stuff takes. It's usually me redoing and nitpicking, and I'm okay with redoing because normally, once you actually do a render and you realize like, oh, the camera's not moving fast enough, or this doesn't happen, or this doesn't happen, you change it up and it just improves it. So, and I really don't even mind if some of this stuff isn't 100% complete, as long as I can render it, show it, and then complete it later. For the stuff that people are gonna look into in detail, I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Plus, I'm probably only gonna render it in like 1080 for the convention, but I'll probably render it in re-render it again in 4K. I tried doing it for, I think it was Leaving the Stable. I rendered it all in 4K right off the bat, but that created a problem because when I ran into render issues or something, I had to re-render it in 4K, and that's a huge time sink if something goes wrong. So if it's at least something's wrong and I only did it in 1080, it's a lot quicker to re-render. So. Anyways, I'm done. So I will be back next Tuesday. I think I have it on the schedule thing. I've been horrible about updating that. Yes, I do. Alright, cool. So anyways, I will see you guys in like a week, a couple days then. And then you can have Kitty. And meow meow. Alright. Bye bye. Oh, it's almost off time now. Oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. And if Brad is still here, I'll see you tomorrow too.